far as record collecting, one of my favorite things is compilation albums. Like, not like greatest hits albums, like various artists, various artist compilation albums. So I'm going to show some of those. You know, there's something to be said about, well, you know, a studio album is the way the artist intended it to be, and, you know, the listening order, but I like compilation albums. They're kind of fun. So I have 7 compilation albums that I'm going to show that are just some of my favorites. So the first couple are all Stiff Records ones. And Stiff is, I would say, my favorite record label. And this first one I just showed in my last video. But this is Heroes and Cowards. This, I believe, is was only released in Italy. And this has, you know, all the great Stiff artists. Elvis Costello, Nick Lowe, Ian Dury, The Adverts, Mötorhead, The Damned, Reckless Eric. Did I already say Reckless Eric? I don't know. Anyway, this has some really good stuff. And this is on just a really nice, you know, just your normal Stiff label. And then the next one I have, I'm going to take it out of the sleeve. The next one I have, I got on eBay, and it was one of those, like, situations on eBay where it was really, really cheap. Like, they had put it so it would be bid on, and, like, no one had bid on it. So it was a really good deal, and the shipping was, like, $2. So it's just kind of a no-brainer. The cover's a little rough, but I think it's called Hits Greatest Stiffs, which I guess is the opposite of Stiff's Greatest Hits. And that kind of makes sense because this is all kind of hard to find Stiff record stuff, like B-sides, stuff that weren't on albums. What does it have on it? It's got Heart of the City, the studio version of Heart of the City by Nick Lowe. It's got a Pink Fairy song, a band called Rugulator, which was really bad. Like, I did not like it. There's a really, really great song on here called Styrofoam by Tyla Gang, which is a song about how everything is made of styrofoam. I think one of the lyrics is styrofoam cats and styrofoam dogs. It's just a fun song. One of the reasons I really wanted this was because it has a Lou Lewis song. And I think Lou Lewis was a member of Eddie and the Hot Rods. But I'm not too keen on Eddie and the Hot Rods, but I do really like the Lou Lewis stuff, and it's kind of hard to find. I think he only had one album out. I read somewhere that he had, like, a lot of mental illness issues, and he was, like, in and out of psychiatric wards. It has Help by the Damned. It has You Gotta Lose by Richard Hell. I don't even remember this next one. This World by Plummet Airlines. And then the other reason that I really want it is because it has Leaving Here by Mötorhead, their cover. It's kind of interesting. It gives a little description of where each song was originally from, and it says, for Leaving Here, never issued single due to long, boring problems we don't want to talk about anymore. We rushed in where others feared to tread and screwed up as much as anybody else. It's kind of funny, though. And then the last song is Radio Sweetheart by Elvis Costello, which is the B-side to Less Than Zero, I think. And Radio Sweetheart is one of my favorite ever Elvis Costello songs. That song should have been on My Name Is True. I think that song is better than Less Than Zero. And for that Hits Greatest Stiffs, it has this super cool inner sleeve, which is an advertisement for, it has like Stiff Records stuff you can buy. And then the back side of this is Stiff records recommended some fine records on other labels that you might enjoy, which is kind of weird that they would. I wonder if they were paid to do this or something, but it's just kind of cool. And then this isn't on a normal Stiff label. It says Hits Greatest Stiffs. And that Hits Greatest Stiffs cover, my copy has a gem sticker, but it is such an ugly cover. It's just, ugh. It's like, it's real dated in a bad way. And then the next Stiff comp I have, this isn't all Stiff comps. I just like Stiff records a lot. I have two different cover variations. Ooh. Live Stiffs. Stiff Live Stiffs? Live Stiffs? Stiff Live? I don't know. Something. This one, I'll take it out. This one I'm not going to take out because it's just on Music for Pleasure. And you've probably seen the Music for Pleasure label before. But this one is something really weird, like an Italian or press from, you know, not the US and not England. And it's on blue vinyl. Ooh. And it's got a cool Stiff logo. I mean, all the Stiff labels are just so cool, you know. And this has, I guess I'll show this one. I do like this cover more than this one. And this has Nick Lowe, and this is all live, obviously, has Nick Lowe doing I Knew the Bride When She Used to Rock and Roll. There's a couple of Reckless Eric songs. It has Larry Wallace doing Police Car, which is really good. Ian Dury doing Billericay Dickie and Wake Up and Make Love With Me. And then everyone doing Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. But where this is really good, the best song on this is Elvis Costello doing I Just Don't Know What to Do With Myself, a Dusty Springfield cover. It is so good. It is, he covered it in a Peel session, but it was never covered for an album or officially released other than this. And it is such a good cover. That should have been, it's just an awesome cover. It's just a really good cover. Next one I'm going to show is, what is it called? Dance Craze? Yeah, Dance Craze. And I really like this cover. And this has Specials, English Beat, Bad Manners, Madness. I don't like Madness. I'm sorry. I can't get behind Madness. Something about it. The Selector, Body Snatchers. But it has some of my favorite Special songs. It has Nightclub, and Concrete Jungle, which isn't Concrete Jungle a cover? I'm not sure. But anyway, this is really cool. Here's a back cover. And this is all live as well. So this is a really great comp. And I think this is on, yeah, Two Tone and Chrysalis. Chrysalis? Yeah, Chrysalis. So that's cool. And I like how the cover has all the little ska character logos in there, which is pretty cool. And then, oh, there was, here it is. Hold on. There was one, I'm going to add one to the list because I almost forgot about it. I guess I'll show it now. Let Them Eat Jelly Beans. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just, if you know hardcore, you know this record. It's got Flipper, Ha Ha Ha, DOA, Black Flag, Bad Brains, Dead Kennedys, Circle Jerks, Really Red, The Feeders, Subhumans, Jezza X, Bee People, Wounds, The Offs, Anonymous, Half Japanese, Christian Lunch, and Voice Farm. And this is, I mean, you know, I like the first side a lot more, but it's just great hardcore. And it's on, I guess I'll take this one out too, because you probably want to see the insert and the label. I shouldn't be so complainy. Okay. It has, this is our original, I think like a second first or second pressing. This is from John, too. I bought this from John, so if you're watching, John, thank you for selling me this. Because I think it was in his collection. It has a really, well, it's a really big, you know, super cool insert. Ooh. Got that picture of Jezza X and Let Them Eat Jelly Beans, and I can't show all. Maybe I'll do like a, maybe during this part I'll do like a little voiceover or something where I'm showing pictures of it. I don't know. And hold on. And this is on. Ooh, really nice alternative tentacles. And what is this? This is Virus 4. So I think that means it's the 4th release. And then the next one I got not too long ago. Well, I guess it was a while ago now. Time is weird. Do you ever notice? That sounds weird, but time is strange. Sometimes, you know, I feel like stuff that was a couple months ago was 2 weeks ago. This one I'm not going to take out, but Beach Boulevard. Some call this the, I think Jack Grisham from TSOL called this the first Southern California hardcore record. And this has some really good stuff. I mean, this is the kind of hardcore I like a little more, where it's a little more melodic and it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, good Lord. I might edit this out. I don't know. We're back. Jack Grisham from TSOL called this the first Southern California hardcore record, and it has Rick L. Rick, which I really like. I think best one that he did was Meat House. My favorite song off this is California by the Simple Tones, which is really great. This pressing, for some reason, is missing a song. There's a 2 LP version, and there's this 1 LP version. And this, I think, is a 2011 repress. And there's a song called Tricks for Kids that it's missing for some reason. So eventually, I want to get the 2 LP version and sell this. So that's kind of disappointing, but it's a great record, you know. Next one I'm going to show is, it was such a good deal. It was at this flea market, and the guy had a bunch of records, and it was all records are $5 each. And normally you think, oh, it's not going to be that good. You know, he's going to think they're worth too much. You know what I mean? It's going to be like Barry Manilow records for $5 in there, which I like Barry Manilow. I mean, I can't, you know, but you know what I'm saying? It's all going to be overpriced. And there was killer stuff in there. There was, I bought it and then I sold it because I didn't really like it. There was, In the Studio with the Specials, aka a promo copy for $5. And the other thing I bought out of there was Killed by Death number 10. This is the only Killed by Death I have. It's in this sleeve right now, but it still has the shrink wrap on it. And I believe all of these are bootlegs, but the first 2 songs are the best one. Now, this has a band on it called The Descendants, but it's not The Descendants. It's a different band called The Descendants. I had to read about that because I was thinking, could they get away with bootlegging Descendants? But the best song on here, the songs I like the most, are the first 2 songs. Useless Eater by Vomit Pig. Ooh, that's a terrible band name. And Laughing Lover by The Tragics. And if I remember right, Laughing Lover, I think has a Laughing Lover by The Tragics. No, just Tragic. Laughing Lover by Tragics, I believe, had a female singer. And this is just really good. It's on Red Rum Records, but the actual label for this is just white. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. It's just all kind of early hardcore. So that's the only Killed by Death I have. I'd like to get more, but I don't see them very often. So, and the other time I have seen one, it was really expensive. I think it was like Killed by Death number 666, which had a cool cover, but boy, they wanted like $50 for it. And I can't justify spending that much on one record most of the time anyway. And then especially if it's all like stuff I don't know that I'm not sure if I'm going to like. So anyway. And the next one I have is also a bootleg, but it's very, very good. This is really good. Pogo Punks. A compilation of early original Swiss punk rock, 1972 to 1988. Wow. This has, oh, I can't remember which song it was. It might have been Bellevue Dine Frame. There's a song on this where they're speaking in, Swiss, and, it's just Uncontrollable Urge by Devo, and they're just singing in a different language. They just kind of completely ripped it off. But, what else was good on this? There's a band called Negative, with a song called Terrace. This also has, hold on. Cut. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. We're back. So what I was going to say, I had to go grab it. It has a band called Jack and the Rippers on here, which is the first time I ever, heard that band. And it has a really, really great song by them called I Feel Like a Tram. And then also a really great song called No Desire. Now that, both of those were originally released in, I think on an album, which was cassette only. But it was not too long ago, it was reissued on vinyl. I first saw Cosmic Brian show this. And then, a couple weeks later, I took a trip to Seattle, and there was a store in Seattle, a really great store called Singles Going Steady, which is all punk. They had this, and they only had one copy left. So I picked it up. But anyway, two songs from this are on this. So, yeah. And this, did I already say this was, where'd the record go? Yeah, this is bootleg. It's not on the label. But it's really good. So I think I'm probably going to put some needle drops in from this. Hey, I'm filming this after I filmed the rest of it. And it's because there was something I wanted to show that I forgot. This is a single called Shut Your Face Volume 2. And this is all really, really good, kind of garagey surf punk. This is the back. Ooh, almost dropped it. This is the back. And it comes with, here's a label. And it comes with this, screen printed, insert of Godzilla, and it's numbered. And I have number 685 out of 1000. But the one I really, really like is the Paranoids Smashed, which sounds like a surf version of Pump It Up by Elvis Costello. And the Paranoids, or Smashed by the Paranoids, it says, recorded at Scott's house by Scott on a 4-track, which is pretty funny. So anyway, yeah,